Okay, so this time I'm gonna be doing something that before I took my about month-long break from this game, that I thought that I was done with, but since I've come back, I've kind of realized that I'm better about not forgetting the artifacts, and also that this can be pushed down a lot more. Or so, with that in mind, we are going to run 100% again, and I mean, yeah. That in and of it, that just explains itself. 100%. It's been a while since I ran 100%. Like even longer than, I mean, I guess it's not that much longer than my break from the game to from any percent to any percent. I'm just saying I thought that I was done with 100% before I took the month break from this game. But really, there were a few reasons for that. One, I was just really bad about forgetting artifacts, specifically in level 5 and 6, especially that first one, level 6. I still do that some, unfortunately, but I don't forget them, like, artifacts in general as much as I used to. So, I'm better about it. And also,
You can change which enemy you're locked on to.
I don't, I don't know, I'm just less forgetful now. Just pick up the artifact up. It's good lord. Okay, this is pretty fast overall.
You've got.
But anyway, yeah, we're doing 100% again for the first time in a while.
Change form.
And I don't know what my goal is for this run. I just really want to improve some. My end goal, I'm not completely clear on that, but I at least want to get sub 55, because I think that's very possible. I don't know the limits to which 100% can be pushed. What the heck? Charge. Good lord, that was atrociously slow. I don't know what it is. Like, I've had a couple 100% attempts earlier today, and I just was really bad at level 1 in a lot of them. Nice. All in all, if you don't really lose any in-game time in level 1 if you do 100% as opposed to any percent. The only real difference is the time of the artifact screen in the level, which has to be done in any percent anyway. You have to see that in level 13. And also, the artifact screen that you have to click through after the level. But otherwise, it's not really any different than any percent. Is just a couple seconds slower, like maybe 10 and slower.
Optimus,
Not even.
something's wrong with the meteorite.
I didn't really take the time for that flips, I guess. $214, wow, third best time ever. Behind 213 and 212. I mean, I'm not going to improve that by much, probably. I just saved 2.7 seconds on level 1, which, even though I only ever uploaded 200% runs, I did a lot more where I just forgot artifacts. And so they kind of ended up being failed runs, but even though I only had 2 successful ones, level 1 is still one of those levels that I have a really solid time on. Level 2 as well.
Oh yeah.
Not bad.
Down some bugs.
Okay, nice. I also learned a new, better strategy for this part. Instead of, you actually want to come at it from this side. Instead of the other side, because this one guy won't actually attack you like the other one. It's less annoying, and it's easier to hit them from that angle. So, that's actually a better way to do it. I
There
learned.
should be a factory.
Wow, this was not intentional. It's not like it loses time. You have to see that screen in level 3 anyway. But it's just weird, you know? Can this guy just not be all the way up there? Thank you. Wow, this is not going very well. Oh, come on. Stop it. Why do they have to fly around, like, all the way up there all the time? It's the most annoying thing on the planet.
Think you brought enough friends?
Okay, not bad. Alright, nice. You know, it doesn't have much to do with Prime, but I've actually been thinking about playing Sonic Unleashed recently. I've had the Xbox 360 version, I don't know, for like, probably 2-3 years, but it's just that I remember it being so hard, but I probably would be better at it now. Oof, but it's like, not exactly what I meant to do, but this works. It'd probably be easier for me now, because obviously, the more I play Sonic games, the better I get at them. But I haven't played Unleashed in probably a couple of years. Like a year or two minimum. So, I had the 360 version, of course. I've actually been thinking about playing the Wii version as well. But, yeah, I've been considering playing that again and trying to 100% it. It was like I remember it because it was the one 3D Sonic game I was like, I may never 100% this. All the others I can probably do, but not this. Most likely, you know? But I think that I probably could, it would just be a pain. So, that means that I'm probably going to. And it's funny, because I've actually only ever 100%ed like 1 or 2 3D Sonics. I got really close on Adventure 2 Battle, but then I didn't. I could, still. Well, and I'm meaning to go back and finish it soon. But Adventure DX Director's Cut I did, except for buying all the stuff in the shop. If you count that for 100%, then I didn't do that. But the same for Colors Ultimate. Unless you count buying all the skins, then I'm done. 237, nice. I'll lose some time here, because I think I had like a 233 or 4. Just based upon some attempts that I've had that have lost time while still being really good. So, based off of that, I'm gonna say that I had like a 234. I lost 6.5 seconds, and I am 3.8 behind. Maybe 233, actually, because, I don't know, I lost 6.5 seconds? That's weird. Whatever. Not a big deal. This is my first 100% run in a while, so it doesn't matter if I lose a little bit of time. And also... Ooh, the... what's it called? First 100% run in a while. There's a lot of time to save, that's what I'm really trying to say. For a second I was terrified that I just missed an artifact, but I didn't. I just panicked. I thought that I did. I'm like, wait! No! Okay. Okay. Now that route is actually slightly faster. It's like a second faster, roughly, than the other route, which is what you take in 80%, but the reason that you don't take that route in 80% is because it would have to save, like, about 2 seconds for it to break even or be worthwhile to save Eve time. It would have to save 2-3 seconds to be worth it over any other sort of strategy, because the screen that you get for the artifact after takes a second or two to go through, so it has to save at least about 2 seconds for it to have any potential value. Okay, this isn't perfect, but I did lose it a couple of seconds maybe, but all in all, like, maybe 4 or 5 seconds, most 5 seconds. But that's pretty solid, all things considered. You actually don't lose any time, you actually gain time, in-game time, from taking the route with the first artifact, so you don't lose time, you actually gain about a second. I forgot to shoot at this guy, but it's fine. And you do lose time for going through the second and third ones. The third one, not a lot. This one, a bit more. But, yeah. I don't know exactly how much you lose for each artifact. I'm assuming total. I remember the general idea. I thought maybe lose around 2 to 3 minutes, but I can't definitively say that. Wow, this is garbage, garbage, garbage. This could be worse, so I'm not gonna complain. Come on. Okay, that was bad, but it wasn't completely like the worst possible. Dang. You can, if he dies before that screen can appear, it won't appear at all, which... It's not even like it's that necessarily that big of a time save, it's just an interesting thing. That works, I guess.
Our troops are all scrapped. We've got to report to Lord Starscream.
No way did I not lose time on that. Much. I lost some, obviously, for being really slow on shooting the other guy, but it didn't, like... I didn't lose much, I don't think. And I think you might be able to hit him 4 times, I can't remember. I don't think it's a good idea to or something. I don't remember, but I remember... For some reason, I tried to hit him as many times as possible once. I don't know why. You know what would really suck? Doing this game damageless. Because there's just so many little things, like getting shot by a single projectile from the jet, that would be really annoying to avoid. I've considered doing it before though, not a speedrun, just beating the game damageless, because, like, why not? But I've never actually gone through with it, so I should probably do that at some point. I've also considered doing this game another thing, but I won't mention that right now. I didn't finish the combo, but somehow that worked. Wait, that might actually be faster than finishing it like a normal person. Ooh, that's something good to know. It's very good to know. 4.5 minutes is not bad. That's actually really fast. So you know how I was talking about how this is a very improvable, 100% as a category is very improvable over my 5809? Well, level 3 is actually the epitome of that watch. I just saved 1 minute and 8 seconds. I'm 1 minute and 4 ahead. I kind of vaguely remember it, but I must have had a terrible, god-awful level 3. And I kind of remember having a really bad level 3. I don't really remember much else, but that's just hilarious to me.
Alert! Alert! The Autobot has escaped!
Keep that trigger pulled, B. Let him have it.
Wait, no way.
Lock up your gun, B. It'll do
This
no
was
damage.
not great, but it wasn't terrible.
B.
I lost like 6 seconds. Please kill both of them? Okay, that's good. I lost some time there, and I honestly don't know how. But I did.
Not gonna let him go any further. Take care of him here.
Get under some cover before your shield goes down.
Thankfully, those boxes are high enough to where when that jet or helicopter jumps off of them, it won't actually kill you. This is so slow. I'm sorry, he won't actually hit you. That's what I meant to say. What if I hit all three of them? I think I just hit all three of them. Okay, nice.
Speed! The elevator's
Okay,
right
now
above
the
you.
artifacts in this level are not super easy to miss or anything. That guy always moves, so I just kind of have given up on hitting him with a charge shot, you know? No! Did that seriously just happen? I actually can't believe that. How did I barely miss like that? It's free time save for any other 100% runs that I ever do. If I ever do any after I get sub 55, which I'm assuming is possible. Okay, not bad.
Found the fugitive. He's in the first basement.
What the heck? I didn't kill one of the dudes? You've got to be kidding me. That's never happened to me before. I'm not even kidding. Never once. That's new to me. More free time save.
I marked some places to look on the radar. Go check them out.
Let's just view it like that. Free time save. Galore. Because I mean... I think I was gonna say it earlier, but I forgot to. Part of the reason that 100%...
I can't hack in because of that device.
I'm not sure if this is necessarily a reason that I quit, but when I think about it, it would make sense if it was. That...
Good. One more to go.
No one else plays it. I'm the only person... In fact, I'm the only person to ever play a category that's not any percent, except... There's not full game any percent even. Only... Except for... There was one single person, like, a year or two ago, who played level 5 individual level twice. I am otherwise the only person to ever do a category that is not full game 80%.
Take care of him here.
Did I really pause there?
Thanks.
Of
I
course.
marked the location
That's
of the
just what I
security
do.
server on the radar.
This should be 30 seconds faster than it is, by the way. 30, 40. Okay, not bad.
Guard the security generator.
That's actually fast. Good lord. That might be the new thing I end up having to do. That was fast, dude. Otherwise, this level's kind of slow, but that overall was fast. That room was maybe the best I've ever done it. Believe it or not.
How did he get here?
Nice. Now, there's going to be some time loss over a normal 80% run, obviously, going out of the way for those two artifacts. You're going to lose a couple seconds on the first one and a couple seconds on the second one, but it shouldn't be any more than about 15-ish, I don't think. And overall, I'm like 30 seconds behind what I could be, so... Oh, it's like 15 of that is just... A little more, actually, is just my own fault. Wait, I'm actually gonna finish that combo? That's crazy, dude. That didn't end up working out, did it? Nice. Wasn't perfect, but I think I'm only gonna lose a second or two. Actually, I think I saved time. Because I got a 613. So I don't know what I got in my 100%, but I saved time whenever I get like 604s, I end up saving decent time, so... Well, or at least I got one once and I did, so based off of that, I'm gonna say that I saved time. How much? 3 seconds. No, 2.2. Alright, so we should get an emblem telling us that we've gotten 10 out of the artifacts after this level, because there's exactly 10 throughout the first 5 levels. 1 in the first one, and then 2 in the second, and then 3 in the third, and then 2 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. That wasn't exactly how I wanted that to go, but it could have been worse.
I will crush you.
Man, I'm playing like garbage. This is so slow.
You won't escape me.
How did that not damage him? Oh well. Fine. Why? Why do I experiment? What? This is so stupid how much time I just lost. I just lost 10 seconds for no reason.
Nothing will keep Thunderwing from the Matrix. Let us show you the might of the Decepticons.
Okay. No. No. Just get the thing. No! Just go the normal route because you're scared of failing the jump. Somehow don't fall off or get hit by those. Get a terrible time that's 20 seconds worse than it should have been, 10 of which you somehow lost in the second half. And then see how much time you lose? Okay, yeah, we got every artifact so far. So we should be at 37 that we'll lose time. Yeah, roughly. So we lost about 8.4. Okay, that's not bad. I'm still 58.6 seconds ahead. That's how terrible. I'm predicted to get a 57.10 according to this. That's how terrible my second 100%
We're almost there.
run was.
Yet.
Hey, what are you doing? Come here. Oh my god.
Those Decepticon signals you're tracking are just ahead. Intercepting and decoding
I
them.
hate this. If you mess up this first part, you're just done. It's so stupid.
Understood. You having any luck?
Ted and I have arrived. It seems The Decepticons are after something very
Like, I'm already slower than I should already be finished with these enemies and moving on
do with Thunderwing. We're moving
as
in
of, like,
to investigate.
now. Yeah, I just lost, like... Oh my god, I'm already... I should already be in the next part of the level. That's how bad this is. And I lost 15 seconds. I feel very good about myself. At least I got the artifact. That's the one that I used to forget more than all of the others in the game. Who was that one? Sometimes the second one, and sometimes both of the ones in level 5, but I forgot this first one more than any other artifact in the game, I think. So I should just be glad that I actually collected it, you know? Okay, not bad.
I have orders from Lord Megatron. He'll destroy them.
Tell me what Megatron's plan is. Right now.
Okay,
Megatron owes you no explanation.
got the artifact.
And you can do nothing to prevent me.
Oh dear. I landed it somehow. Alright, so now that I've gotten the artifacts in level 6, I'm past any really super challenging to remember parts. I don't know, it's not even that challenging to remember, I just historically am bad at remembering it. Yeah, I'm like 10-15 seconds behind what I should be. Like maybe 12-ish, I don't know. Okay.
I would have just taken care of my mission and let you go.
Why? No, 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 no.
You've made it personal. I'll scrap you both and bring your souls to Lord
This is
Megatron
very
as
slow.
souvenirs.
This is so atrocious.
Justice from above. Here it comes.
Somehow works. If I can't lock him down. Okay, I guess that you really can't. But no, no, no. This is atrocious. Oh my god! How did I lose like 30 seconds? I don't know what I did wrong except for... Okay, I lost a lot at the beginning, but what did I lose that? How did I lose 20 seconds in Dreadwing? That's what I don't understand. I understand that it was terrible, but I didn't think I lost 20 there. Yeah, I lost 20 seconds on Dreadwing. I'm only ahead by 25.1. This is so bad. I can't do Dreadwing well for some reason right now. Alright, at least we've gotten all the artifacts so far. Level 11 was another one. I remember once I got all the way through the game to level 11, forgot the artifact, and the run failed. Like, I beat the entire game. It might have been slower anyway. I can't remember. But I beat the entire game, and then it was like, wait, I didn't get one? And then I checked, and I actually missed the one in level 11. It was so stupid.
Leave Starscream to me. You should focus on Megatron.
This is bad, dude. This is horrible Megatron. Wow, this is garbage, dude. You can lock him in place, kind of. don't know why I got that. I lost 18 seconds on the Megatron. This is so bad. Why can't I just have this be a good run? Like, why are my runs of this bad? It's the same as any percent, except you take a couple detours. Why am I losing so much time, you know? Actually, let me break that.
Optimus and fire at will.
Nice. He's not dead? Okay. For a second I thought that he was still on. I was like, make sure that he's dead. Also, you can tell that I'm playing like garbage. Knock that guy off. Okay, good.
No Autobots will escape us.
Alright, nice. Nice. If we're gonna play like garbage, let's at least play less. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But if some of it's gonna be garbage, let's at least let some of it be decent, you know? Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh. Whatever, I lost a little time accidentally pausing like I somehow am really good at doing. Actually, I'm not gonna go off there because I don't think that's faster. I don't even think you can like respawn over here, even if you. I think maybe I did once, but I'm not sure. Might just be misremembering and trying to do something completely pointless. I did collect one. Okay, we're good. I was just making sure that I didn't miss it. I don't know why I did that jump. It just looked funny. How much time have I lost so far? You should enter this with about 210, 215 if you're doing really well.
Are you okay?
Okay, 242 is not horrible.
Primus.
220 something can be good sometimes.
More carefully.
What?
Be careful.
No!
That's a tricky footing. Careful. Some of those footholds are too weak to support you.
I mean, if I'm going to be playing like garbage anyway, I may as well, you know? Unfortunately, this is gonna be really hard. I hate this dude. Why is it like this? This is so slow. I've never played this poorly in my entire life. I swear, what is going on? I somehow stayed on there. Okay, that somehow didn't... Oh god. Okay, nice. This is so slow. Well, what was my time and how much did I lose or gain? I lost time somehow? 424. No, never mind. I know how. That was so bad. Wow, I just can't play well right now. What's wrong with me? I gotta pick it up. I'm 10 seconds ahead. That's nothing. I should be 1:07 ahead. Why am I losing so much time? It's actually driving me insane that I'm losing this much time. I just don't understand. It's like... It may not sound like it, but it is kind of just... It's like, so annoying that I'm losing this much time. It may sound like it as well, though. Who knows? But
At least I can rescue Raph and Miko.
I'll just have to do more runs, unfortunately. fast.
Ratchet? Guess you'll have to find some other way to get up here.
Okay,
Capture
good.
that Autobot!
That ought to be fun.
Okay. You can do that without losing time, but I didn't. When I said do that, I meant flip the artifact, by the way.
You can do it! Ratchet, be careful!
I love how she's saying, be careful, don't fall off, as I'm already, like, way past the jumps. I'm, like, as far past the jumps as you can be, basically. And she's like, be careful, don't fall off, is what she's trying to say. And then I'm like, but I'm clearly way past that, Nico. I'm, like, 2 inches from the door, or to the cell thing that you're in.
Of course I did. And brilliantly, if I might add.
Ratchet, what were you thinking?
Actually, I found a serious design flaw.
Nice.
Really? Yes, I did. And I need to tell everyone about it. That elevator should take us to the ship's central computer room. Ha! Ha! No!
Oh no! It's just kind of funny,
What?
Ratchet!
come to think of it.
Target located. Converge on
Not
the
bad.
left. The human children are with him as well.
Clones are coming, Ratchet! Watch out!
Concentrate fire on the fugitive.
Ratchet, they're coming up from below!
What is this garbage? There we go. I actually didn't lose that much, but it felt so slow.
To the main computer room. Get onto the lift and engage the fugitive. Concentrate fire on the fugitive.
Nice.
Just what the medic ordered.
Why'd I do that? No, I didn't exactly mean to catch them in that, I just wasn't thinking. No. I can't play it at all. What is wrong with me? Yeah, I was playing this game literally yesterday, and all of a sudden today, I just can't play for the life of me. Like, this is garbage.
Force the lift to stop now.
I don't understand.
Stop the lift and swarm them.
This is no...
Okay. Okay, not bad.
We're almost there! Keep going!
Nice. Not bad. Okay, this was an okay lift. That makes up for it. I feel way less annoyed now. But because I played that, probably the best that I've ever played it.
I can't believe it!
We can get out from here, right?
No! I think so.
Oh, no.
Safe exit from the main computer room. Ha! No!
No, there isn't. Okay. He like, there should be a safe exit from the computer room, and then he's like, no, there isn't. That's not what he was saying there, but it just sounded like it. It was funny. 42:51. Okay, I've got 2 minutes to beat the generators and Soundwave. I beat the generators, well, yeah, and the stuff after. Like the just tapping through the menu and you know what I mean, like just screens after.
Try to deactivate the shields around the generators one by one. Ratchet, when the shields go down, blast the generators behind it. One of the generator shields is down.
Somehow they're stuck,
Aim for that
which I
lone
wasn't
generator.
expecting considering the angle that
Good job, Ratchet.
I'm at,
Let's
but
take
okay.
out the rest of them. Way to go, Ratchet! I think Soundwave's starting to sweat. Are you serious? After all that work, he just puts the shield up again? Ratchet, hang on! I'll deactivate it again! One of the generator shields is down! Aim for that glowing generator!
That was slow, but okay.
All right! Only one more generator to go! Ah! Soundwave did it again!
And that guy's such a minimal threat, so I'm just gonna leave him. He could come over here, but I would kill him in like a charge shot or a couple normal shots. So we're good.
Yes! The generators are all
Just for
disabled.
fun, die. There we go. That was so funny. I'm just like, just kick him in the face. Not bad. Nice. He's gonna stand there. I'm gonna charge shot him one time, and he's gonna fall down here. Then I'm gonna kick him in his face, and then we're gonna do this. Nice. 723. 22. That is a new best. I think that my best before this was a 31 on my 100%. 722 is my best, period. Any percent or 100%. That's crazy. Granted, they're really not any different in terms of time loss in the individual level. That's just insane, though. 722. And I didn't play super duper well pre-lift, or even early lift. So, I just saved 11.4 seconds, wow. But here's what's crazy. I do believe that there might be sub-7 potential. I'm not sure if I lost 23 seconds, but I might have, you know? I did get both artifacts, right? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I think there may be sub-7, as crazy as it might sound on that level. I think there might be sub-7.
They're such fine additions
Okay,
to my
nice.
collection.
This level is going to be no different in terms of time loss or anything.
That's where you're wrong. Once I've got the children, all you'll see is my exhaust.
That's okay. I lost some time, probably. I know that it doesn't do damage, but I was getting rid of the charge shot mostly.
Pathetic ground crawler.
Okay, not bad. It felt like it loaded faster for some reason. I lost some time before that. Like on Arachnid. Do that. Oh, we don't have to do the full combo here.
Humiliating.
Let's do this.
This will save some time. Okay. 125? Okay, not perfect, but pretty solid. Considering I lost time on Arachnid, I'm not sure. Maybe sub 120 is possible with that. I wonder if collecting the artifact actually makes it load faster? That would not make a lot of sense, but it would make a little, maybe. So that might be a legitimate strategy for any percent, is actually collect a collectible? That would make no sense. I lost 1.2. That's okay. It's not a ton. I don't know Level 10 isn't gonna be bad. Oh, please don't miss. Wait, why did I say level 10 isn't gonna be bad? Those are the words you don't want to say, because it's level 10. It can be bad, or it can be good, but if you say it's not gonna be bad, it's like, oh, are you sure about that? I'm not even saying I've had that exact experience. Oh god, this is dope. This is it, dude. See, this is why I hate this. If you mess level 10 up, it turns into whatever the heck this is. Now I can't hit him with the shot. The upgrade attack is what I mean to say. There we are. It's like, what word was I looking for there? Upgrade attack. I mean, that's cool, really. I do have the artifact too. Okay. Please don't do the third thing. Good. Thank goodness that you didn't do the third thing. Maybe knockout. What was that? Other than ridiculously bad. Actually, it could be worse, probably. Somehow that did completely ruin everything. What?! This is the weirdest knockout fight. I've never had a knockout this weird before. That's not true. I've had like this once, maybe. I've lost a full minute. Oh, that was terrifying. Why? Why does knockout have to suck? I hate it. Yeah, I lost a minute, see that? It's so bad. I guess I maybe only lost 50 over my other 100% though. But still, that's pathetic. I'm behind by 28. This is so stupid. Oh my god. This isn't gonna be that different, probably.
And that surprises you? You really are dim. Prepare to
Okay, not bad. Okay. Do that. This is how you destroy Starscream super duper fast. Go, 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 go. Nice. That was an awesome Starscream fight. Maybe not the absolute single best that I've ever had, but really good. And I'm not going to lose a ton getting the artifact in this level. I'm going to lose a couple seconds, maybe. Like 10 seconds or something.
Okay, this is Ratchet. Do you read me?
Okay. Okay,
The
nice.
Decepticons have tried hard enough. The kids are with me too, by the way.
I think sub 110 is probably possible on this level. I'm not going to use this one, obviously, even if I wasn't going with the artifact, I would have been a couple seconds slow, but you don't lose it that much time at all. Get the 126, apparently. That wasn't terrible, but it wasn't perfect either. The cars kind of got in the way a bit, but I should have saved some time? Wait a minute, how much time did I just save? I must have had a terrible level 11, because I just saved 46.8 seconds, and I'm ahead by 18.5! This run is terrible. I've literally lost a minute and a half. Like, I lost like a minute 35. From level 4 to level 10. and I'm still somehow managing to be almost 20 seconds ahead.
Settle this.
That really shows how absolutely ridiculous 100% is.
Underway. You only got yourself to blame. I should have stopped you before now.
Okay, he should do the normal. He is doing the normal.
Thunderwind's almost here. I shall crush you. Not about Megatron anymore.
I almost did that second hit. That would have been bad.
Let Megatron get away.
Perfect, but pretty solid. So I think if I had hit him with like 1 or 2 less shots, I might have been able to. I don't know what exactly, but I think I'm just saying I would have been able to get upgrade meter full faster. 121, nice, almost a 120 actually. That's a really fast level, that one. Level 12, by the way. I saved 33.5 seconds. Wait, that was how bad it was? Good lord. We might get sub 57 here, just based off of the fact that my level 11 and 12 apparently were the worst level 11s and 12s in the history of the universe.
I am the instrument of Unicron's wrath.
I am the person who knows that line and that you are completely, like, just gonna incessantly repeat it every single time that I ever fight you. I mean, seriously. It's funny when you just hear the same line over and over. Ooh, good, good, good. Not good, good, good. Very bad, bad, bad. Oh, this is... Oh, God. This is not a good Thunder Wing. Did I mention that? That was so pathetic. I should be finishing the first phase right about now, actually. Right about 5 seconds ago. I should be finishing 5 seconds ago. That just sounds funny, you know? But anyway. Floating truck, because that's definitely how logic works, and cutscenes. I mean, that's definitely... Imagine if real life had cutscenes, and if cutscenes made you freeze in midair. How weird would that be? I don't even know what that would... That just sounds weird. I just said the weirdest sentence that I could possibly imagine. I don't even know what that means, you know? Like, what?
Safety is your primary mission
I mean, there's just nothing to do in this vehicle section. That's why I was humming. There's just nothing to do. It's literally just driving a straight line, but around two of the projectiles for 1 minute and 10 seconds flat, or straight, or whatever. You know, it's like, get hit by 3 things, then drive around one of them, then just keep driving straight. Drive around one of the things, and there you go. Or then just keep going straight for the next half of this section. $234. Yeah, I mean, that could have been worse. It was like 15 seconds or so slower than it should have been. That was slow as well. Come on.
The device weakened him. Our Target those reactors on his shoulders. They're weak spots.
Okay. Not bad. I was like not paying attention, I just kind of zoned there. But I did destroy his arm, so I kind of zoned with that. Wow, this is terrible. What is he doing? This is the worst possible patterns, phases, whatever. Garbage, dude. Garbage.
Burn, insect!
I was gonna say, just hit him! For God's sake. This should take like about 2 minutes? Yeah, this should be sub 57. It should be like around 57 and a half-ish. I'm not sure. A little faster than that, probably. It's sub 57. It might barely be sub 57 if everything goes perfectly. Lost a second or two there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, no. Not bad. But not great either.
No one defies Thunderwing!
The last bit takes about 25 seconds, so this is not going to be sub 57, but it'll be like a low 57, like a 57, 15 or better. I think like probably a little better.
I'll smash you to atoms!
Just finish him on this.
I will crush you!
I was really not sure how to proceed with that. This is garbage, by the way. Let's see. 25 seconds from about now. About 25. So, okay, yeah. All in all, this is gonna be about a 57:30. Maybe sub 57:30 if I press fast enough. I lost... How many seconds did I lose? Okay. I lost 11.5. Not bad. Not bad. Not good, but... I mean, this was absolute garbage. I literally lost... It's hilarious, because I beat my time by 40 seconds, but this was garbage. Like, complete and utter trash. This was horrible. And I still managed... Like, I literally lost minute 7. I literally lost a minute and 35 seconds. Actually, all total throughout this run, I probably lost from the beginning to the end. It looks like I lost about minute 35, about minute 40, plus 11. So I lost about a minute 50-ish throughout this run. So this could have been like about 2 minutes faster than it was if I just didn't suck. So this could have been like a sub 55:30 if I had just not played like garbage. So you can fully expect better than whatever this mess was soon enough. I plan on getting sub 55. I don't know if anything past that. I'm not sure how feasible getting like a sub 54 would be, but sub 55 is my goal, at least for now. But yeah, for now I'm done. That was my first 100% run in a while. It was rough, but yeah, I'm done for now.